So, good afternoon, YouTube. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. We have not got long left of this transfer window to go. And as it stands, we have only signed one player. And that is on loan, Pablo Mari. Now, the guy you can see behind me is edging ever closer. I don't know whether he's walking from Southampton to North London, but apparently it's getting closer and closer. And Ralph Hasenhüttl, their manager, has done his press conference today ahead of their game at the weekend. And he's basically said that he had a conversation a couple of days ago with him, and they didn't speak about transfers or anything like that. But he kind of alluded to the fact that the club have basically agreed it's probably for the best that he leaves. Now, if you read some of the reports that are out there this evening, the reported fee is £1 million loan fee plus wages, which equates to nearly 5 million quid apparently. So he must be on some serious wages down in Southampton. Then obviously he's a free signing in the summer. There's an option to buy him on a free, after that, where he could then sign a 4-year contract. Now, the more I'm thinking about this deal, the more I kind of like it. But at the same time, listen, he's got a wealth of experience. He's a Portuguese international. He was part of the Euro winning team when they beat France in 2016. So he was the right back in that. And he's obviously played in the Premier League. He's got experience in the Premier League. He's played for Inter Milan on loan. He is injured at the minute. So it's a typical Arsenal signing. Let's go and sign a player who's injured. Well done, Arsenal. But all jokes aside, I'm actually warming to the idea of this guy being an Arsenal player. Obviously, we know that Hector Bellerin's going to be the first choice. I think that's quite obvious now. I think that after starting against Chelsea, after starting against Bournemouth, Maitland-Niles is not going to be used at right back, hence why we're going after this guy. Now, when I look at it, it is only going to be a loan. Then he is out of contract in June, end of June. So from the 1st of July, he can sign for anyone he wants. So we get a sneaky little look at him, I suppose, and it ain't really cost us a lot of money. We then decide whether he's going to be the guy to be back up to Bellerin, or whether we actually go out there and do some big money and go and sign somebody else that could take Bellerin's spot. I don't really know how well Bellerin's going to do between now and the end of the season. Obviously, he's coming back off of that big injury. It's taken him a long, long time to come back. And he's gone through the last couple of games unscathed. He looked all right, actually. He actually looked like he got a bit of his pace back, which shocked me a little bit. But this guy, like I said, a wealth of experience, 28 years old, Euro winner as well. And we could do a lot worse. And I like Maitland-Niles at right back, but I think that I nearly said Freddie Ljungberg. Mikel Arteta, I think, wants to play him in the midfield, which means that we have a little bit more strength in midfield, because our midfield's kind of lightweight with Guendouzi, Ozil, Ceballos, and Granit Xhaka. They're not the most physical of players, are they? So maybe moving Maitland-Niles, excuse me, into that midfield position, getting this guy in on loan, having a look at him for 5 months or 4 months by the time he comes back from his injury, because he's out for about another 3 weeks, three and a half weeks, something like that. So we'd have maybe 4 months to have a look at him, play him in some of the other cup competitions, Europa League, etc. And then we make a decision at the end of the season. But at the same time, the 2 loan signings, if this one goes through, which I think it will, I'm not sure whether it'll be completed today. I'd imagine he's going through all the formalities today, and then it'll be announced on deadline day. Which reminds me, I will not be doing my daily transfer update for the morning. I'll be streaming that as soon as I get up. 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be doing a 2-hour live stream, just going through some of the deadline day deals, some of the rumours, some of the chat. And then at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, all of these are UK time, by the way. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, I will be going through till 11:30 tomorrow night, 3.5 hours. I'm going to get a few people on that one. That's already lined up. So yeah, busy day for me tomorrow. So I'm going to have tea tonight, not rum and coke, and I'm going to get myself an early night. So come and join in on that. Whether you support Arsenal or not, it's irrelevant. I'm going to go through all of the transfers that go through, and we're going to have some good guests on as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But just back to this guy, £1 million loan fee plus wages for a 4-month loan isn't the worst of deals, is it? Let's be honest. And like I said, it then frees Maitland-Niles up to go and play in midfield. Personally, I would have played Maitland-Niles at right back. I think he's actually turning into a decent right back. I think he's got the right body frame. I think he's got the right attributes to play at right back. I think he's got the size physically. He's not great offensively, but defensively, I think he's a lot better than Hector. Hector's a lot better going forward. But at the same time, we've had an Achilles heel in defence for a long, long time. So hopefully Bellerin can learn a little bit and defend a little bit better than he has done over the years. Because, like I said, when he played against Chelsea the other night, I thought he was really good. And he shocked me that he looked a lot healthier and fitter and quicker. And against Bournemouth as well. So we shall see. But yeah, I'm not too disappointed if this deal happens. And then at the end of the season, after his loan spell's done, he's a free agent. Apparently, we've offered him a 4-year deal. If that is the case, we get to pick whether that's the case. Apparently, the report I read. So we've got a 4-year deal in the offing for him if we choose to activate that. So yeah, it's not the worst of deals, but at the same time, it's loan FC at the minute. So I don't understand why we're not going to buy in any players. I don't know why we're just loaning them. We've got Dani Ceballos, who I'm going to come on to in a minute. But he's on loan. We've got Pablo Mari on loan. And now this guy's apparently coming in on loan. So it's a bit of a weird one. I don't understand why we're not going out and spending any money and why we're just loaning players, because I think it's kind of evident that we need to go and spend some money in this window. Man United have signed Bruno Fernandes. Tottenham have signed a couple of players as well, Bergwijn and Lo Celso, even though he was already there. So other teams that are above us are going out and doing a few quid, and we're loan FC at the minute. Hopefully it works. Hopefully both of the players that are coming in, the one that came in yesterday, Pablo Mari, and this one, hopefully they work out and can push us up the table a little bit, because sometimes with a loan, you know, it's kind of hard for them to get in. They sometimes need time to bed into the league. We've seen that with Nicola Pepe. You know, he's not exactly set the league on fire this season, has he? So, you know, it's only a short loan for both of these players until the end of the season. Can they get up to speed real quick? I mean, Cedric Suarez is out injured, so we're not going to see him at all for about another 3 or 4 weeks. Then it might take him 3 or 4 weeks to get back into full fitness. So he might only play a handful of games. As for Pablo Mari, what are we going to do with him? Is David Luiz or Socrates being dropped? I don't know. I think they've played all right recently, but I'm not getting paid £6 million a year to make these decisions, am I? So Arteta's got a little bit of a dilemma now. What does he do with David Luiz? What does he do with Socrates? And then obviously with this guy, when he's back to fitness, what does he do with Bellerin? Does he take Bellerin's space, or does he just cover for Bellerin? Is he coming in just to cover for Bellerin? So loads of things that need to be answered. Let's move on to Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos has tweeted. He's put a little tweet out there saying that he's committed to Arsenal, basically. That's what I read between the lines. Go Arsenal, or something he put out there, like blah, blah, blah. And yeah, he's by all accounts staying. And that is from Fraud or Don Raul, whichever way you look at it. That is on his say-so. He wants him to stay. So obviously there was rumours around that he wanted to go back to Madrid. He's only just come back from his injury. He's only played 21 minutes for Arsenal under Arteta. And all the reports through this transfer window in the last week or so suggested that he wants out. I don't know about that. Listen, it's something you can only go off what you read and then decide whether you believe it and form your own opinion. But there was reports that he wanted to then go to Valencia via Real Madrid. So go back to Madrid. They loaned him out to Valencia. That one's been quashed. And apparently Dani Ceballos is staying for the rest of the season. So yeah, I think that's a positive. I do think Dani Ceballos is a decent player. We haven't quite seen the best of him because he's obviously been injured. But at the same time, I would like to see some more of him in the team, because I think he's an half-decent player. It's just whether Mikel Arteta decides that he is going to start him and is going to play him, because, you know, like I said, our midfield's not the greatest. We've got a lot of players in that midfield that are kind of weak. So maybe we could see Dani Ceballos start against Burnley. And Burnley was a game that he was a 10 out of 10 in at the start of the season. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. So maybe we could start him in that game. Maybe he could be on the bench and come on in the second half in that game. So I don't know. But one thing I do know is that he hasn't hit the heights, even in the games that he has played, especially away games. Obviously, Burnley is an away game, so I don't think he will start. But it would be nice to see him come on, at least. But But the away games, he's been poor. I mean, I remember up at Anfield when we lost 3-1. The geezer was anonymous, absolutely anonymous in that game. Watford at home, no, sorry, Watford away, sorry, was probably his best away game, and he got subbed at half-time. I don't know what that was all about. He was the best midfielder on the pitch that day. And for some reason, Unai Emery decided to sub him. And other than that, Burnley at home, I thought he was superb. Tottenham, when he came on at home, second half, the game changed and we got back in it. It meant Guendouzi could go a little bit further forward. And then obviously we got back into the game. But he hasn't lived up to the hype that everyone put on him. And I was very cautious when we were signing him, because I used to watch Spanish football week in, week out relentlessly, but don't really watch it anymore. I still watch the odd game, Madrid here and Barcelona there. And I always thought that when I see Dani Ceballos, he looked good, but he just looked a little bit lightweight. And I was worried that the Premier League, the intensity, the pace of the league would be too much for him. And so far, that seems to be the case. But we shall see. There's still 4 or 5 months of this season left to go. So let's hope he gets a good run of form. And you never know. He might be able to help us out in the Europa League, because I think our season is pretty much over in the league, apart from maybe trying to get in that top 6 and get in Europa League again next season. So there we go. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Do drive the likes up. Nearly 800 people watching this live. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. If you're watching on Facebook, appreciate that as well. Do share the video. That'd be fantastic. And also, while we're on the Facebook one, thank you very much to everyone who has followed my page. Over 4,000 people now. So that's pretty mad, because I only started posting regular on it 3 weeks ago. So about 3,500 have followed that since then. So thank you very much for that. And if you're not, the link is in the description along with my Instagram. So there we go. Scott is watching on Facebook. Share the post, my friend. I'd appreciate that. And thanks for watching, mate. La Liga is a joke league. Well, listen, it's not the greatest league in the world, is it? They used to have the best players in the world in that league, but that don't seem to be the case anymore. They've only got a handful of good players or great players in that league now. They're kind of spread out now, haven't they? You've got some over in PSG with Mbappe, for example, Neymar, if he's your thing. And then you've got Ronaldo over at Juventus. Only really Messi, Soares. Who else is of top class quality in the La Liga? Don't know. None spring to mind really that jump out and go, wow, they're amazing. I don't know. Maybe you guys can give me a hand on that one. Oh yeah, man. I swear some of these. I'm doing very good, Dr. Viraj. I'm doing very good. I'm really well, mate. I've had a really good day. It's been really hot and sunny today. Bit chilly now, hence why I put my hoodie on. It's a little bit chilly. As soon as the sun starts going down, it gets a bit chilly at night time. Gareth Bale. Do you know what, Darren? I like Gareth Bale, but he's not what he was 3 years ago, is he? I think too many injuries. Griezmann, no chance. So overrated. It is unbelievable. No way. Modric, I think he's going on the downturn now. He's still a good player, isn't he? It's technical but slower, nothing defensively and physical. Why are we buying another injured player? Afternoon to you, Daniel. Thanks for your donation, buddy. If you're not subscribed to Daniel's channel, go and click on his link now. The Blind Gooner. Just click on his comment. You can follow his channel. Set that up about a week or so ago, and it's posting pretty much every day on there now. So Ramos, yeah, Ramos. That's the kind of fucking shithousery we need in our team, isn't it? A centre back that's just a complete bastard. That's what we need. Somebody like him in our centre back position. Rafa Varane. He's all right. He's all right. Well, I've bumped into you on Facebook. Thank you, Joanne. Do share the post if you're on Facebook, and do drive the likes up on this video. Don't forget also, I will be doing free deadline day streams tomorrow. When I get up, I'll do the transfer update rather than doing it tonight and scheduling it in. So that will not be out at 7 o'clock, because there's no way I'm getting up that early tomorrow. So maybe around 10 o'clock-ish. And yeah, about 10 o'clock, I'll just do a live stream for maybe an hour. Go through some of the deals that are potentially going through, stuff like that. Then at 1 o'clock UK time, I'll do 2 hours from 1 till 3, maybe half 1 till half 3. And then 8 o'clock through till half 11, half hour after the window shuts, we're going to do a marathon stream. So yeah, make sure you all come and join in on that. I've got a few people coming on tomorrow as well. My mate Sam, any of you that have watched Chig's channel before, will know Sam. Me and Sam used to do AFTV Extra together a long time ago, about 5-6 years ago. So that was cool. He's a good guy, and he's going to come on in the evening. Chig's going to pop on. I think Kenny's coming on. I need to double check with him. Claude to come on for a bit. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I can't wait for that. And hopefully we'll have some good news, and hopefully we sign the guy behind us and a few others, hopefully. But you never know. You never know with Arsenal. We didn't even know about Pablo Mari until Friday evening about midnight, did we? So you never know. They might have already announced this guy while I'm on air. In fact, let's check. Let's see if they've announced him yet. Because I did notice that they've unpinned the Welcome to Arsenal Pablo Mari tweet. They unpinned that about an hour ago, hour and a half ago. So I thought, okay, maybe they're unpinning that, getting ready for the announcement of this guy. But still nothing yet. I will be back at 9 o'clock as well. If we do announce this deal before 9 o'clock, then I'll be streaming straight away as soon as it's announced. And that will swerve the 9 o'clock stream. So we shall see. We need a left winger, says Abdi. 100% agree, mate. 100%. Maybe go and get Ryan Fraser. Maybe go and get him. He's only got 6 months left, 5 months left. So maybe go and sign him up. He's hardworking. He's quick. He tracks back. He's quite physical. Scores goals. Although he ain't had a great season. I think he's only got 1 goal this season. 3 assists. So not been his best season. But he's still a decent player and he'd be very cheap. So give a little bit more balance on that left-hand side. But I don't know. I don't know what Arsenal are planning, if I'm being honest. Have you ever thought about doing Instagram lives so we can interact with you? I have done a few Instagram lives, mate, to be honest. I have done a few. Thing is, it's like, I mean, somebody said to me the other day on Facebook, like, why don't you set up a WhatsApp group? It's like, mate, if you could see my text messages, I can't even keep up with them. It's just ridiculous. And that's just from people I know. So, and then add into the comments on this, then the comments on Insta, the comments on Facebook. It's a full-time job, man. It is genuinely, it is a full-time job. People think I just chill all day. I actually don't. But yeah, it's not easy. But yeah, maybe start doing some more Instagram lives. Can I be a guest on your day stream on deadline day? Of course you can. Of course you can, man. I will DM you. I've still not opened your DM on Twitter, my friend. I've been very busy. But I will DM you the link about half hour before I go live, yeah? And just pop on for 20 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, and we'll go through some of the signings and that, mate. Yeah. What's up with Aubameyang and the 15 million loyalty bonus at the end of his contract? Do you know the details? Will he take the dollar and leave? I have heard that. And it's kind of worrying, isn't it? He hasn't signed a new deal yet. He's got less than a year when it comes to the summer, and he's not looking any closer to signing a new deal, which is really worrying because listen, he's our top striker, and Arsenal got a big decision to make. Do we let him run his contract down and lose a potential £50 million asset for nothing, or do we sell him, get the 50 million, 60 million, whatever it may be, and then go and reinvest that in somebody else? If Arsenal were the shrewd business that we all think they are, or get told we are, then they'd sell him. Simple as that. They'd go and reinvest that, because it ain't all about Aubameyang in a year's time when he leaves for nothing, is it? Let's be real. You've got a plan for the future if you're a big club. So, yeah, unfortunately, if he doesn't sign a contract, I'd give him a deadline to sign it of the end of May. If he hasn't signed it by the end of May, I'd sell him. But there we go. Sign in the summer or you'll be sold, says Krish. Agree. Yeah, that's what I just said there. Should we get Mark Noble before the end of the window to fill in for Xhaka? Got passing range of Pirlo and penalties like Kane. That's jokes, Bradley, but no. Has your source at Colney seen anyone sneaking in? I haven't actually spoken to him. I ain't spoken to him, but no, I've got no info. I can't even lie. If I had it, you'd have it. It's as simple as that. But Omar says if he hasn't signed by the summer, get rid. Agree. Spoke to Ray Lewington yesterday. He told me Zaha will be leaving in the summer, says Jonathan. Afternoon to you, Jonathan. Hope you're good. For some reason, I called you Joanne a minute ago. I don't know why I called you Joanne, mate. Apologies. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm having one of them days, man. A little bit sleepy today. Leave a new striker, mate. I was a very good striker. I was like the Mesut Ozil of strikers. I was just lazy, man. Just goal hanging, and tap it in, mate. Tap in merchant. That's what I used to be. But I weren't a bad striker. I was kind of quick as well. Predominantly left-footed, but can play with the right as well. Used to score all types of goals. But my playing days ended a long, long time ago. Do you think Maitland-Niles can become a very good DM? Says Ingers. I think he could be all right. Listen, I like the fact that he's had a long run of games at right back. That would have helped him with his defensive side of the game a lot more. So who knows? Who knows? That might be something that we could look at. And I think that's something that Arteta is going to look at, is maybe putting him in that position, maybe cover for Torreira, because we haven't got anybody else. Let's be real. Would you start Ceballos over Ozil against Burnley? Yes, I would. I'd even potentially start Joe Willock over him. I thought Joe Willock was superb the other night. So, yeah, I would. Sell Ozil, says Paul. Afternoon to you, bud. I hope you're good. Well, who's going to buy him? Come on, let's be real. Just buy his contract out. That'd probably be the easiest thing. Here you go. There's the 18 million. Thanks for the finger gesture when you score a goal, and getting a load of fanboys cream over a 2-yard pass. So it's time to say goodbye. But yeah, I would hope potentially look at getting rid in the summer. Chambers would be good at DM. I don't know, man. I don't know, Liam. I think he's not mobile enough for midfield. Yeah, I think he's too tall and too clumsy on the ball at times. Yeah, and I know there's other midfielders that are taller than that, but they look like they flow in midfield. Like Decore, he's a big, tall guy, you know, and Matic as well. I know Matic has like got the turning circle of a ship, but his footwork's still pretty quick for a big guy. Defensively, centre back wise, I think Callum Chambers is all right, but DM not mobile enough for me, mate. Video liked, bro. I pray for Thiago from Bayern, says Ashley. Well, that wouldn't be a bad signing, would it? It wouldn't be a bad signing. I think he'd come with massive wages, though. That's the problem. Ozil's contract ruined the club. He can't run with the ball. He doesn't shoot. Opposition just cut off the passing lanes, and he's ineffective. Comment of the evening, mate. Sadly, Phil. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, mate. Decore plays at number 10 for Watford. Is that if they moved him up to number 10? I thought he was a box-to-box, mate. I can't lie, I haven't watched a lot of Watford this season, so maybe they have. Louise at DM. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like David Luiz. I like him, but he's I don't know. He just gives me a heart attack every now and again. So maybe that could be a plan. Maybe move him away from being closer at the goal. Leave Mesut alone. Oh no, I won't. I'll say whatever I want about Mesut Ozil, mate. It's my channel, my rules. Unlucky. Louise has good long passing. That's true. So does Mustafi, believe it or not. He pinged some nice ones the other night. I'm Charles Marira, a diehard fan from Kenya since 2006. That was the last year we were good, mate. I'm joking. Joking. So be patient, but I think Arteta will deliver something from this season. Well, thank you for watching on Facebook, mate. If you could kindly share that video that you are watching right now, I would appreciate that. And yeah, listen, I've kind of written the season off in terms of league. If we can get in the top 6, I think it's a result. I kind of like the Europa League. I ain't even going to lie. I know everybody hates the Europa League. I actually like it. We have a chance to win it. And if you're in it, you go and win it or try and win it. Champions League, it's all about that, isn't it? Get battered 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. I ain't about that life. Yeah, if you're in a competition, try and win it. We never really done that in the Champions League. It was all about just getting out the group stage for a long, long time. So yeah, if we can get Europa League, I'll be buzzing, because then it means we're in it again next season. If we could win the Europa League, then cool. We have a free hit at the Champions League for a season and see what happens, don't we? So there we go. Would you take IU? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take either of them, Justice. Matvienko says, harsh be here. Well, listen, you never know. That might still happen yet as well. That's kind of fizzled out at the minute. I think the fact that they've both got the same agent, Pablo Mari and Matvienko, I think they were just using Matvienko to get Pablo Mari. I think the agent was just throwing stuff out there. And yeah, I didn't know that Matvienko's agent was Pablo Mari's agent until after Pablo Mari had landed in England the first time. So I think that was just shrewd from his agent to put Matvienko's name out there, maybe drum up a bit of business because Man City are interested in Matvienko. He then gets the deal to City. We then get the one we wanted anyway. I don't know. We need a bully like Calvin Phillips, hardworking and rugged. We do need a bully. We do need a bully in the team, mate. We need a couple of bullies in the team. We get bullied too often. When you look at Liverpool, they've got big guys in their team, man. Yeah, they've got people that will run through brick walls for Jurgen Klopp. I mean, even last night, I watched some of the highlights of the game last night. They're still relentless, and they've dropped points in one game. They've won the league already. They could lose pretty much every game, and they're still going to win the league. So, you know, the fact that he's got them so relentless every game, that means they've bought into his philosophy. They've bought into what he's saying, and yeah, it's kind of mad like that they're still going for it. But I think they've only lost 1 out of 62 games in the last 2 seasons in the league, which is pretty relentless. Omar says I've missed a donation. If I have, I apologise. I didn't see it. It doesn't always come up on StreamYard for some reason, so I ain't say I'll just scroll back. I couldn't see it. I didn't see it. I sound like Wenger, don't I? Zaha finally cut off his funky Barnet. Has he really? Zaha watches my streams then, doesn't he? Can we play, Lee, when we play Liverpool, can Liverpool give them, where's that comment gone? See, this is the thing with StreamYard. Sometimes it just goes ping. Imagine setting up a fake Mr. Beast account. Like, why would you do that? Where's that comment gone? I don't know where it's gone, mate. Sorry. I don't know. It's disappeared. Good evening. Hope you're well. Do you think Arteta will play a back three with Socrates, Louise and Marie? And especially as Marie is left-footed, it balances the team and defence. Well, Mr. Beast, fake Mr. Beast. It would be nice if it was the real one. He's got like 30 million subs or something mad. But maybe. But I don't like this back three crap, man. I don't like this back three. I prefer a back four. Yeah, it's good when you've got your guys overlapping, your wing backs overlapping. But no, not for me, man. I'd rather stay with a back four. I'd rather stay with a back four. Right, let's. I'm going to wrap this up in about 3 minutes. Let's see if Arsenal have announced this deal yet. No, still nothing on their Twitter account. Why is Soares necessary for us? Think we should have gone for a DM instead. Well, listen, it's a cheap deal. It's going to cost £1 million plus wages. So, and then there's an option or a trigger at the end of it where we could offer him a contract for 4 years, I read earlier. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it's a cheap deal. It's a backup to Bellerin. It's an experienced international who won the Euros with Portugal. He's played in Italy on loan. He's played in the Premier League. He can actually cross a ball, which is pretty mad. I've seen him cross a ball. So yeah, we might actually have a fullback that can cross a ball on the right-hand side because Maitland-Niles crossing ain't great and Bellerin's ain't great. So you never know. Listen, it's a cheap deal. It's a no-drama deal. It's a £1 million loan fee plus his wages. So what's the worst it's going to cost us? A few million quid. And then at the end of it, we go, actually, mate, didn't quite work out. And when you look at that, £1 million loan fee, that's less than our top earner earns in a month. So to get him, who can actually cross the ball, probably runs further, can defend, and can cross the ball, like I said, and as backup, I don't think that's a bad bit of business. But what do I know? What do I know? Thank you to the McManus for your donation. Granny Voice, leave Mesut is the best number 10. He's the best number 10 in the world. Leave him alone. I swear. I see another video today. Yeah, I keep seeing these videos pop up. I mean, what is going on here? Yeah, somebody put a video out the other week saying Prime Mesut Ozil is back under Mikel Arteta. Then I see somebody put up a video that pops up on my feed earlier saying, how good has Mesut Ozil been or something under Arteta? Yeah, and it's all the passes. It's like no goals, no assists, mate. What are you talking about? But there we go. Thank you, Anthony, for your generous donation. Appreciate that as always, my friends. Lee, like you, I didn't want Arteta when his name was mentioned, but I have to say, the more I'm seeing how he is operating, the more I'm liking what I'm seeing. What are your thoughts? Well, that's a very good question because I get a lot of stick for saying that I didn't want him and I wouldn't back him. And I don't think a lot of people grasped what I was saying. Yeah, because I didn't back Arsene Wenger for the last 6-7 years of his reign as manager. I wanted him gone. But I still used to turn up to games. I still paid my money. I still put my ticket in the turnstile, open the turnstile, and go and cheer my team on. So the way I look at it is that even though I didn't want him, even though I don't think he's still now the right guy to get us to a title, or to get us even Champions League at this particular moment, he might prove me wrong next season. I'd like him to prove me wrong, the same as Bukayo Saka's proven me wrong, because I thought he should have gone out on loan in the summer. But yeah, at the moment, I do like the fact that we look a little bit more solid defensively. I don't like the fact that we're not creating any chances, really. I see, I think the 6 league games we've played, we've only had 18 shots on target, which isn't great. But the work rate's a little bit better. The will to win's better. I like the fact that they're working harder for each other and they're hunting in packs. I like that. I love his press conferences. His press conferences are a breath of fresh air for this football club. Yeah, we've had for about 7 years. Then we had good evening. And then what was it? Pragmatist. That was one of his favourite words, wasn't it? And then we had Freddie Ljungberg for a couple of and then we've got him in. So yeah, I do like some of the stuff I've seen from Arteta. Like I said, his press conferences are sick. I can see what he's trying to do. I don't think he's got the players right now to do what he wants to do, in terms of playing out from the back and stuff like that. But I do like that when one of our fullbacks goes, the other one slots in. I like the fact that Granit Xhaka slots in at left back, or to make it a free at the back when our fullbacks have gone. I like that, so we can't get countered so easily. Just little tweaks of formations and stuff like that, and tactics I do like. But as it stands, the league results haven't picked up. The work and the performances have picked up, but the results haven't backed the performances so far. So it's a tough one. I said I'll give him all of next season, or until Christmas next season. So then he would have had over a year. Same as I did with Unai Emery. Even though I liked Unai Emery, it weren't my choice. I wanted Ancelotti then. I wanted Ancelotti when he got sacked. And I'd still take Ancelotti in a heartbeat. But Arteta's here. So we all have to suck it up and deal with it, whether I wanted him or not. So I'm happy. We're doing stuff in the transfer market. And I'm Arsenal, mate, not one player or one manager. So maybe a few others could take note of that instead of just backing one player. Aaron's obviously got the ump today. He's had a shit day. Sorry, babes. Ancelotti's washed up. The amount of people that said that, it was funny. I was talking to my missus about people saying this last night. They were talking about Simeone being washed up and Ancelotti being washed up and Jose washed up. Well, Ancelotti's won 3 out of his 5 games in the league. So how's that washed up? Because they're fucking useless, Everton. And the games that they've won have been pretty good games as well. But there we go. Why don't you like people being positive? Well, I haven't mentioned anything negative about people being positive. It's funny because the people that think I'm negative seem to have an issue with it. So why don't you like me being negative then? Works both ways, doesn't it? Yeah, if you're going to come with stupid questions, mate, fucking seriously, what's the point? Big up my boy Pretty. Yo, G, when we getting Soares then? Well, it's not the Soares 40 million and one. It's the the Poundland version down at Southampton. But I still think he's half decent right back. So I think it'll probably be tomorrow now, my friend. I think it'll probably be tomorrow. I'd say all the formalities will be done today. Can we just ban this channel? Aaron's fuming. What's happened today, Aaron? Did you get all leave you were saying? Aaron's fuming. Can we just ban this channel? Yes, let's ban freedom of speech. Let's ban freedom of speech. Everybody, you're not allowed to say what you think anymore. You have to go with everything Aaron says because Aaron's had a shit day. I swear, some of you people crack me up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, dear. Let's do a couple more and I'm going to get myself out of it. He's got sand in his panties. Well, he probably has, mate. Because at the end of the day, I will say what I want. For the rest of the time, I am alive and on this planet. Because that's how I am. And if people don't like it, bye-bye. See ya. I ain't looking for gratification. I ain't looking for applause. I ain't looking for applause off of anybody. I'm just saying what I see, and if people like it, and saying what I think. People like it, sweet. If you don't like it, also sweet. I ain't gonna lose no sleep tonight. I'll be sleeping real sweet, like I did last night. But yeah, we'll do a couple more of these. We need to get rid of the German dude with the big eyes who won the intro, says Marble Halls. If you want to subscribe to Marble Halls, go and check him out. Click on his link and that'll take you to his channel. And thank you, mate. I love your videos. Well, thank you, Fraser. Listen, for one little negative comment, there's always hundreds and hundreds of positives. But the geezer was spamming, so we just have to highlight his stupidity, really, don't we? Just to listen, if he wants to talk, he can slide in my DMs. I'll boost his confidence, mate. It's as simple as that. League Gunner 82 on Insta, babes. If you wanna jump in my DMs, Aaron. Yeah. If you're having a bad day, mate, I've got 2 ears. I can listen, mate. 2 ears. The Ozil contract has been devastating. Now every player enters negotiations thinking they could be on comparable wages. Congrats on your success. Well, thanks. I wouldn't class it as success. I'm still a tiny dot in YouTube, but it is quite a lot of subscribers, I can't lie. So thank you for that, Matt. I can't disagree with what you're saying either. That sort of set the benchmark now for the Ramseys, the Alexis Sanchez's, although he'd left by the time Ozil signed it, I suppose, didn't he? Aubameyang, Lacazette. Players like this are going to go down this route. I actually remember Arsene Wenger saying it's an ideal situation for our players, or players in general, to run their contracts down. An ideal situation. Let that sink in. Don't quite know what he meant by an ideal situation when you've got a potential 50 million investment or asset in Aubameyang that's going to run his contract down to zero, zilch, and he's worth nothing and walks out for free, when you could sell him for 50 million quid. How's that ideal? You've just cost your company, and it is a company, Arsenal, they run as a company. You've just cost your company 50 million quid in a lost asset. Then you've got to replace that asset. All of a sudden, you've lost 100 million pounds, or lost 50 and invested another 50 in someone else plus wages. So it's not an ideal situation. Oh, he meant ideal situation for the player. Well, it is an ideal situation for the player. It's not an ideal situation for the football club. Far from it. In fact, it's the worst situation for the player, of course. And listen, the player has got no obligation to sign a new deal. If Aubameyang wants to run his contract down and leave on the last day of his contract, he's adhered to the terms of the contract. Yeah, so he doesn't have to sign a new contract. That's entirely up to him. As a club, we really need to start going, right, Aubameyang, listen, we're going to offer you this. It's the final offer. You've got until X day to sign it. If you don't sign it, we're selling you. And that's what they should do. I mean, look at Tottenham. They've just sold Christian Eriksen. He's got less than 6 months left. They've still got nearly 17 million quid for him. So yeah, I hate fan channels. They really grind my gears. Aaron, seriously, bruv, you've commented about 20 times. So if you don't like fan channels, why the fuck are you watching? Like, go and do something productive. Go and bang your chick or your boyfriend, whatever turns you on, mate. And if you want to talk, babes, slide in my DMs. I'll help you against all your anger issues, mate. Because you're clearly angry over other people's opinions, which is pretty mad. Like, seriously, man, there's more to life. Yeah, there's more to life. Go for a jog. Go to the gym. Yeah, go and watch TV. Watch something else. Yeah, like I said, man, just chill. Everything's chill, baby. Yeah, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's simple, man. Imagine getting so triggered by somebody else. Like, really? Like, oh, Jesus Christ. Afternoon to you, Frank. Hope you're good, my friends. Hope you're really good. I'm going to do 2 more minutes till 40 minutes. I will be back at 9 o'clock unless we announce the Soares deal. No, I won't ban him. I won't ban him. Let him just keep hating. Keep hating in the chat. He's obviously had a shit day, bless him. He's obviously had a bad day. We've all had bad days at some point. So listen, I don't get too upset by these people. Come on, look, he's still watching. He's still chatting. He's still, and the thing is, this is what I don't get from people, right? Because it all helps the YouTube algorithm. Because every time somebody comments, it does help the channel. Every time somebody watches, it helps the channel because it's all traction on the channel, which then throws the channel out to other people that have never seen the channel before, and it pops up on their feed. So by that guy spamming my chat 5, 6, 7 times, is indirectly helping build the channel. So I'll always appreciate people like Aaron, and that's why I've always got ears to listen to them if they've got some sort of anger issues or had a bad day and they want to DM me and talk about it. I'll help them out, man. I'll help anybody out. But yeah, we'll put him on timeout now because he's getting a bit boring, I'll be honest. So you can go on timeout. Go to the naughty step. I used to say that to my daughter. Get on timeout 5 minutes because you're 5 years old. Oh dear. Right, one more comment. Would you like Cedric? Yes, I would. Go back and check the replay of the video when I end this in about 30 seconds, my friend, and you'll see my thoughts on him. Thank you to everybody watching live. There is nearly 800 people watching, so that's wicked. Do stick a like on the video. If you are watching on Facebook, do share the video. And if you're not following my Facebook, 4,000 people have followed that. 3.5 of them have come in the last 3 weeks. So big up every single one of you lot. And if you're not, the link's in the description with my Insta. And Aaron, babes, you can fully slide in my DMs if you're having a bad day and want to talk, mate, yeah? Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go and have some food. Might take a little walk to the shop. And yeah, I'll be back at 9 o'clock unless we sign the geezer behind me before 9. So all have a wonderful evening. I'll be back later. Laters, peeps.